sound in a second. So is this stupid?
Can you skip that?
I don't know. Not on my side. It's on your other computer. Talk.
Are we ready? Tell me when I have a mic.
I've told you.
I have a mic. Hi guys. Welcome Betty. Welcome Nona. Good to see you, Andrea. Great to have your kit there. And hi Maria. I'm glad to see that even if you don't have a kit, you have something crafty to work on with us. That's fun. Look, haircut. I got a haircut. Oh, I got a long string there. But I still got a haircut. I just realized I have a long one. That's what happens when you get your haircut on your porch.
DIY haircut. It's the new class.
Oh, how you guys doing? You guys ready? Let's take a look at our kits, shall we? How many of you guys have a kit today? Do you have this kit and working along? I'm just not sure how many people got them in advance. Hi, Annette. Welcome, friend. Okay, today we're doing Santa and Friends together at Christmas, along with our own decoration set. Here's our cardstock. We've got 2 big toppers, 1 little topper. This nice season's greetings here, a couple little extras. We have something that really is printed on the other side. We got the snowman with his hand up, a nice corner treatment on the other side. I love this one. Look at all the little penguins along the bottom and this beautiful snowflake up at the top. So we're going to make some beautiful things. Okay. Hi, Sadie. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. In addition to our toppers, which are blinding me. What?
Annette says her birthday's coming up, so she's hinting.
Oh. Happy birthday. When's your birthday, Annette? So we've got our base for our big easel card and its envelope. We've got a 5x5, we've got a 5x7, and we've got a European A6. Envelopes for all of those. We didn't add an awful lot of stuff this time. Oh, there it is. Good. I thought for a minute we missed the purple Mirri, but there it is. Got a couple extra pieces of mirror board. And then we've got our little supplies packet. We've got, so she's working on her hubby. Hi, Brenda. Welcome, September 14th. Okay. Hi, Betty McSorley. Welcome, friend. Okay, we've got some little rhinestones in there.
Andrea's here too.
Excuse me?
Andrea.
I'd already talked to Andrea. Hello, Andrea. Hello again, Andrea. Bryce was concerned I hadn't greeted you. And we've got, I'm going to get my little pots of glitter out, since I can save this little pot of glitter for somebody else. One thing I do need is a glitter sheet. I think there's one right there. It just needs something I can pour the glitter on top of. Thank you. Okay, I've got my glitter, and it looks like I've got a couple little add-on greetings here. I'm going to keep these in the bag, so I'm less likely to use them. Thank you, Brenda. It'll look better after it settles in a little bit. It always looks a little bit rough the day after it's got cut because it hasn't all settled into the waves yet. But you know, it feels so much lighter. Oh my gosh, it felt like she took 4 pounds off. I was so happy to get it cut. Okay, where do we want to start today? We want to do something easy, I think. Let's start with this one. We'll start with this one with our big topper and our snowman. So we're going to want our corner. We'll need this. And I'm going to set these off to the side for a minute. In addition to our corner cardstock, we're going to want put them aside after I get the topper off. That'd be an idea, huh? Mm-hmm. We'll need this one. And then we're going to use the Let It Snow. I love this little snowman juggling penguins. So cute. Okay, and for our card, we're going to want our 5x7. So let's get started. Thank you guys, you're so sweet. You know, one of the things I like about it is that I still have the remnants of my old hair color on here, and now it's all silver. So I like that. I don't have that kind of fawn color at the end anymore, which is kind of fun. It's all white. White's good. I clearly am going to have to trim up some ends, though, after I reach up and touch them.
Yeah, that's on this one side.
Yeah, it must have just been how I was sitting out there. She checked and checked, but, you know, I wasn't sitting in a regular barber's chair, and it was a little bit awkward for her the way I was sitting, and she had to kind of walk around me, so I can pull off extra little bits as necessary. Okay, got my 3 lines of tape on. I'm going to use this corner of my cardstock, so I'm going to go ahead and peel my tape. Everybody doing well out there today? You having a good week? Have you had a good week? I have been busy working on some new projects for you. We're still working on Craftiganza too, and we're very close to being able to film our downloads. But in addition to that, I've been working on your 2 next classes in line after the ones that I've showed you. Flipping my card over here and cutting from the back. Just following my envelope or my card base. We're going to have a couple of autumn classes coming up, and I'm really excited about them. They're going to be fun. I'll show you in a little bit what we're going to do. It's going to be fun. I think I just cut that a little. No, I should be okay. Never mind. Okay, so I cut that down. I've got my topper set here. This is a really easy one. Boy, I took it super easy on myself getting started here, didn't I, guys? It's cute, though. I think we'll put some glitter on it this time. I didn't glitter it last time. And, you know, snowmen, they just need glitter, right? It keeps me pretty busy staying ahead of you characters with our crafting classes. Makes me happy, though. So I guess that's what matters in the long run, isn't it? I stay happy. I think you're really going to like this next one because it's very different than what we've been doing, which is fun. It's fun to just kind of change it up sometimes, isn't it? Just do something totally different. We got a couple different ones coming up between the box making and tag class That'll be very different than what we've been doing. And then we have this new one, which I will show you after a bit here. Be sure you stay on when we finish our class for today, and I'll show you our new project. It too is a gift item, and it's going to be great fun. Hi, Kim. And Katie's there too. Hello, Katie. Katie. Yes, thank you very much. You guys are so nice noticing my haircut. They said I got a little bit of trim up work to do on it here and there because my hairdresser, bless her heart, was cutting my hair on my porch. Lauren came in to see if I had any left. She said she took a whole bag of hair off the porch. She swept it up for me. And she came in and saw that it was all still out there from where I had my hair cut, and she came in to see if I had any left. You guys can tell my hair is super thick. So when I get a haircut, it pretty much looks like somebody shaved a lion. Okay, taking a minute to take all these foam squares off because, you know, I say it all the time, when I do a skinny little piece like this, I put more foam squares, not less, because I'm more concerned with a skinny piece sagging than I am with a big bold piece. So I've got foam squares about every, probably a little over a ½ inch apart. I'm glad you have this kit. Are you working on it together with us, Annette? Anybody else working along today? It's useful to know so I set my pace right. So. Okay, we're going to get our glue bottle. We're going to run around the inside of our ring here. Oh, yep, I got glue.
Betty says yes, she's working along.
Excellent. Well, if I keep my pace right, that's terrific. If my pace gets too fast or too slow, you guys who are working along, you let me know, okay? Because I count on you to tell me. Okay. Oh, got my ring in here. And that looks good now. I'm going to put some foam squares in the middle of my big topper piece here. And these don't have to be nearly as close. I'll put about maybe 6 or 7 in here. Don't have to be too many on the back side of these big ones because they hold up really well. Oh, you got the new box kit. Yay. Oh, you're getting it. That's awesome. We're going to have great fun making our little boxes, I'm telling you guys. That is just a kick in the pants, sitting and working on those little rub-ons and stuff. It's just really fun. The kids will like it too, but this big kid liked it a lot. And I liked making the trees, and I'll show you guys my little bitty paper cutter, my little bitty baby blue machine. I don't know if you guys have seen those. They make a number of really little machines, and my little tiny machine will handle, I think it will handle the tags. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I think it'll do the tags. It'll handle things 3 inches wide, so I'm pretty sure it will. And I'll use my little bitty machine when we do our trees.
Machine, right?
Excuse me?
Die cutting machine?
Yeah, my die cutting machine. We do still have a few of those. We have the little mini sapphire machine that's available, and it will handle these size dies too. So if you don't have a die cutting machine and you just want something small for little embellishments, words, and that kind of thing, if you think that's primarily what you would use it for. These little baby machines are fun to use. Okay, I'm going to put my Let It Snow on here, kind of putting that up on the edge. And this time I think it needs a little glitter. Don't you guys agree? Snowman glitter, it just should be done, I think. I got a foam square where it's acting badly. Let's see. Oh, I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. Okay, should have hung it off further, and you know what I usually do? I hang it off and then put a couple foam squares on the outside. Instead, it's trying to reach down and stick in that rail where I have it open. So when you stick yours on, think about putting a couple foam squares on this outside edge and sticking it to the outside. But that's still okay. We got it. I'm going to grab my quickie glue pen here. And let's put a few snow effects on this before we finish. I was just showing this to Bryce. You can see with your quickie glue pen, you can see how much glue you have left in it by looking at the blue. That's the glue. This one says it has none left, and yet it keeps running. So as long as it keeps giving me glue, I'm going to keep using it. I'm sure I'll probably be out in a little bit here since I see absolutely nothing left in the barrel.
Your friend Joy has said hi.
Hi, Joy Lutsy. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you out there. And as usual, when we put our line on with our quickie glue pen, I'm only going to do a little bit at a time. Then I'm going to sprinkle my glue because I don't want that glue to pool up too bad. It's on glossy paper, and so it goes on as a fine line. We'll try to turn into a little pool of glue here and there, and I really want it to be, I'm going to put lots of glitter just for fun. I'm going to give him a little extra glitter in his cap and in the ball of snow, or the ball of his pom-pom. Why? I don't know, because it just seems fun. Okay. That would also give me an excuse to do the balls on the hats of these little penguins, which might be fun.
Working off the camera?
Am I working off the camera? I sure am. I'm putting a little on the pom-poms of the penguins too. If I do one, I'll do the other. And that looks pretty good. That's probably about the amount of snow or the sparkle I'm gonna want. You certainly could, if you wanted to, put a little touch of glitter on each of those snowflakes. That'd be cute too. I'm gonna stop there though for today. Set that off to the side and we'll brush that off. Card 1 is done. That was a really easy one, wasn't it? Sometimes they don't have to be involved to be really cute. Sometimes we just want them to be cute. Okay, let's see what I want to do here. I think, let's go ahead and do this one. We've got our snowman, what's left of him there. I'm going to straighten up this corner, and I'm going to measure my other snowman and see how big we made that. Because what I did was take that and put it on a piece of rainbow, what I had left there, and then I put it on a covered card. This is a really simple one too, but how cute. Okay, so I'm just going to start, I think, by straightening this up. Make sure I get a nice, clean, even line. Oh, you're coming down further because I'm running off camera again. I'm saving all of these for our tags, guys. Save all these for our tag. Anybody who's going to make that tag class with me, save all these little pieces of fun colored cardstock. They'll be great for our tags. Okay, so this ends up being 4 5/8. I'm going to cut it to 4 5/8 the other way because I want a little square. And I'm going to save these two pieces. Yep. Okay, I'm going to mount this 4 5/8 piece onto my mirror board that's only slightly smaller or larger than this is, and I'm going to trim that down so I have a nice border around my mirror. Before I do that, I think let's go ahead and put the glitter on in advance, just because if you're glittering and you're using mirror board, this glitter here that you have in your kit is not bad for scratching because it's so very fine, but it's just a good practice to get into, to glitter your stuff before you put the mirror board on, because chunkier glitter can actually scratch your mirror board when you go to take, to wipe off the extra.
Can you hold your card lower with your hand? Thank you.
Is that better?
Yes.
Can you see what I'm doing now?
Yes.
I'm outlining my snowman. And I also covered this little, where it moves from being snowy to sky. I covered that too. I'm going to put some of my glitter on. I'm going to shake that off, and then I'm going to put the rest of mine on for the same reason. I don't want it to pool up too much on that glossy paper. Okay, I'm going to put the rest of my glue on. I want to completely outline my snowman. And I'm going to put some, I don't know why, I'm just in a glittery sort of mood today, so I'm going to glitter this border. I'm going to glitter this pom-pom on his hat.
Betty asked, which card are you using?
Which card am I using? Which card base am I using? Which card are you going to use? I'm going to use the square card. Thank you for asking. I should have told you that in advance. I'm going to use this one. I think it's 5 by 5. It's like 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 actually, depending on the brand that we use. Yeah, this one is 5 3/8 square. You could, based on what we're doing here, if you're using your own supplies, you can do this with anything over 5 inches. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put glitter in a few of these snowflakes that are falling. This card doesn't have a lot of detail to it, so the glitter's going to help make it look finished. So I'm giving quite a bit of attention to my glittering. Since I'm going on these snowflakes and it's going to, it's pooling up, but it's going to be pooling on top of these snowflakes, I don't really care that it pools there. So I'm just going to do all my snowflakes at one time. I don't care that there's a little bubble of glitter there. My whole idea is make it sparkly there, so I can do all those at once. And here we go. Okay, so those are all nice and glittery.
Kim says, Debbie, are you left-handed or is there a mirror image? Just curious.
I am right-handed.
I was just a little confused watching your hands and the front view. I may spell this.
Am I flipped? No. I am so dominantly
You look flipped in the picture?
Yeah,
Are you normal? Or do we need to flip you?
I am flipped.
Are you flipped?
I am flipped. Thank you for bringing that up. There's actually a setting on the camera that makes it flip. And I am so right-handed, it is unbelievable. So when you're seeing it in my left hand, you're seeing it completely opposite reality. So we're flipping that back. There we go. Thank you. So glad you let me know. I'm gonna wipe up my glitter mess for the moment. I'll get it messy again in a minute, but I'll clean it up a little bit.
Annette thought she was going crazy.
Okay, here we go. Let's take that 5 3/8 by 5 3/8 and let's cover that with some mirror board. We're going to use this pretty, beautiful purple mirror board. Of course I like this card set. It is purple, and the purple and lavender go beautifully together. Keep that purple handy because we're going to use our leftovers on our other card here in a minute. Okay, I put my rows of tape down. I actually made this one open from the top. Or open, yeah, put my fold on the top of this one. Well, you know, when you're used to watching me twice a week work the opposite direction, that had to be really confusing. So I'm glad you said something, because we don't need any distractions. We just, especially one like that just like, okay, what side's she working on here?
It's an optical illusion.
Yeah. That was good that you said something, because Bryce had said something to me before about that could happen, so we needed to watch for it, and I hadn't caught it yet. I cover with my Mirri just like I do with my other things. I put it on and then I trim around it. Okay, so we've got our beautifully covered card. I'm going to give, because I have those heavier snowflakes on this one, I'm going to give that just a minute to dry. And let's stop here and brush off. Somehow I've managed to lose both of my glitter brushes out of this one. They're not over there, are they? I've got this other brush here that's getting old and it's losing its bristles. Okay, all right. I'll have to round those up. It actually didn't lose any fibers this time, but it has been when I've been using this one. I don't know if you can see our glittery effects there. I hope you can, because it's really cute on the fuzz on his hat and the pom-pom. It's really cute. Can you pick that up at all?
A little bit.
A little bit. Looks really cute. Anyway, I recommend it. It looks nice. It's just a nice touch of glitter. It really could use some on those snowflakes if you wanted to take the time to do that. That would look good too. But this looks really cute. Okay, so that one's done. Now let's see.
She's ambidextrous.
Are you? I envy that so much. I totally envy that. I am so dominantly right-handed that sometimes it's actually kind of a pain. In fact, I was so ambidextrous, so dominantly right-handed when I was a kid that my mom took me in for wanted just one of my regular checkups, and my doctor looked at my back and said, we need to give her some exercises to do with her left hand because her muscles are all built up on one side and not on the other. So they made me do exercises for a year just to build my muscles so it wasn't pulling my spine out of alignment. That's how dominantly right-handed I am. I can hold something in my left hand, but...
Debbie just got here.
Hi, Deborah. Good to see you. Oh, it's hot.
104.
Oh, 104 degrees. I don't know what it is here. It's been pretty decent the last day or two, like 80-ish.
76 right now.
Oh, Bryce said it's just 76 right now, so that's a beautiful day in Portland. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day. Okay, our snowman's done, brushed off, and pretty. Where did I put that mirror board? I'm going to put him down to my mirror board, then I'm going to trim around it and make it nice and even. And then we will be ready to mount him on the purple sheet. I'm just eyeballing it. If this makes you nervous, feel free to use your paper cutter. But sometimes I feel more confident in my scissor skills just because I'm a scissors gal. Always done lots of work with scissors. I especially love my long blade scissors for paper cutting work. The less wax you have to take at something, the more apt it is. You know, we have a tendency to think, well, we could just use our detail scissors for everything. But the less times you have to open and close your scissors, the more likely it is you'll stay straight. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here and put it at just a little bit of an angle. Just for fun. Just to make it different. You could certainly center it on there if that bothered you, but it's really fun sometimes to just have little surprises, like putting something at a bit of an angle. How are you guys all doing with the smoke from all the wildfires? We had some of that smoke up here in the last day or two. And then I think the wind has changed today because it's much more clear and there's not so much smoke in the air, even though the wildfires are quite a ways from us. In fact, what we were getting was the California wildfire smoke. The smoke from central and southern Oregon has all kind of gone in different directions, but the California smoke came up and it was enough to kind of mess with my asthma the last couple days. Okay, you may be noticing I have not put my penguin on yet. That's because I'm going to cut my penguin. This penguin here, he's cut out of the trimmings from my big piece of cardstock. So the last thing I'm going to do with this one is salvage a penguin from our big sheet, and then I'm going to trim him out and put him there. I can put my Merry Christmas on, so I'm otherwise finished. I like wonky. Me too, Deborah. But then you probably figured that out. Oh, yep. Nobody would ever say I'm on the straight and narrow. I kind of like to make my own path. I start out with kits and stuff, guys, and I know you do this too, and that's A-okay by me. I've said that before. I start out trying to work on a kit with somebody else's patterns, and I last the first few steps, and then I'm off and running on my own. As soon as I get a good feel for where I'm going, then I'm going to do it my way. And that's okay. That's what art's all about. It's fine. If you decide to follow me, I'm here to give you some ideas. And if you decide to go off on your own and take it in a different direction, I am totally cool with that too. I only ask that you send me a picture because you might have come up with something better. Got my little Merry Christmas on there. Looks like I got it just slightly unstraight. You know, with these stickers, if you get it right away, before the glue can really set there, you can often just loosen those and put them back down. And I do that a fair number of times. So he definitely is missing his penguin. But we'll come back to that when we have our trimmings from our other card. I think it's time to work on our big card. So let's get our big card out. And this time we're going to use this cardstock. We're going to use the big card, the easel card. We're going to use lots of things on here. We're going to use this. We're going to use this border, which we have to snip out. We're going to use this little penguin. Oops, dropping things. That's the trim. I guess it's okay. We're going to use this little penguin here. We're going to use Enjoy the Festive Fun. I think I'm missing a card. Am I missing a card? Oh, no, I didn't do that one. I'll tell you why I didn't do that one later. And then, surprisingly, I actually want to use, see this border piece right here? Right here to the side of these two? Cut yourself out as wide a piece as you can get of that without getting into your other toppers. We're going to cut ourselves a piece of that border off, and that's what we're going to mount our Merry Christmas on. I do that quite a bit. I take elements that weren't intended to be part of the kit, part of the workable paper, and I just make them workable because I need it. So I don't know how long I made that. I'm going to make this. I'm sure it's not more than 3 1/4 inches. So I'll make this 3 1/4 to begin with. Set that piece aside. Okay, so I've got all my pieces here. We've got our little one we just made, our rectangle we just made using the side of our cardstock, of our topper sheet. Got our ribbon, these two toppers, this one, our big sheet of cardstock, and I think we're ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do, this is one of those centerfold easel cards, is we're going to kind of pre-bend these just a little. Pre-bending them just a little before we actually crease everything. You're going to want, on the very front, on this edge, you're going to want a mountain fold. Then right behind that, you'll have a valley fold. We're going to have mountain folds on both of these sides and a mountain fold at the top. And now we've got our card built just the way we want it to be. Let me give you a minute to do that because this is, hi Avis, welcome, welcome. This can be a little daunting when you first look at it, but it's not bad once you get used to doing them. My best advice to you, though, is on these specialty cut cards, kind of just pre-bend that a little bit before you start actually putting your creases in. And that will keep you from getting a crease or a fold somewhere you don't want it. That's awesome, Andrea. I love that you're using a lot of the throwaway bits. You know, you get such pretty borders and things on some of those where where it runs along the foiling line and you get a piece of foil on the edge of the cardstock. That's awesome. I love that. That's perfect. Okay, we are going to cover our cardstock, or cover our card with our cardstock. And this time, I want you to take this piece of cardstock and go upside down. I want these snowflakes to show at the bottom here. So we're going to have our snowflakes, and we're going to come up, and we're going to come, it's going to come to right here, which leaves our penguins at the bottom absolutely safe and usable. So we're going to put some tape on, and then we'll go about cutting that out. Use up the last of this roll of tape. So, okay, I'm going to tape here. I'm going to come up the side, run a piece of tape there. Let me turn this so you can see where I'm putting it. I'm going to run a piece of tape. Stop it. Not you. The tape. You guys talk to your supplies? I talk to my supplies. I talk to them all the time. If somebody's in here working, I just have to apologize once in advance and tell them when they hear me yell, "Stop it!" It's not them, it's the tape or whatever it is that's giving me a hard time. Oh, Margie, you guys know Margie. She works with us on Thursdays. Margie used to not talk to herself. She prided herself in not talking to herself. After working with me for several months, not only does she talk to herself, she now speaks to inanimate objects as well. I pride myself on these things. I corrupt all those around me. She acknowledges it's all my fault. It's hanging out with me. I tell her if that's the worst she gets from hanging out with me, she's doing pretty good. Oh, you got to see this little love fest that's happening across the desk from me here. Teddy just came and crawled up in his daddy's lap, and he's stretched out and just totally loving the love he's getting. Of course, he only wants you to do that when you're busy doing something else, like Bryce is trying to monitor the camera and make sure everything stays copacetic and that you can see and hear. And okay, so I've got all my tape off. I'm going to line this up, and my biggest concern is to make sure that it lines up all the way to this bottom piece. So I'm going to be really careful that it hits all the way across on the bottom, and then I'm just going to tap it in, and it lays nicely there. I'm going to flip this over, and this is a fairly easy cut. One thing I recommend is that when we go to cut this out, guys, I want you to cut I want you to cut straight across this top piece. Okay, take care not to catch your folds there, but cut straight across the top and then come down. So I'm going to get it off this big piece of cardstock to begin with, because I can use these cutouts on my little inserts on the side. So I'm making a square first, see that? And then I'm going to reach in and cut out these two insert pieces. And I can use those pieces on the sides. So I'm going to come in here.
Hold it down just a little bit closer.
Well, I got to hold it where I can see what I'm doing. It's a little bit difficult sometimes, especially under the lights here that we have on so you can see everything we're doing, to distinguish the white cardstock base from the white topper. And I want to make sure I cut it right, so forgive me if I don't give you quite as good a view while I'm doing that, because I'm trying to get in there. Okay, I got one nice strip cut off here, and see, this is what I was talking about. These will fit pretty well, usually, on this side piece. If it doesn't give you everything you're looking for there, if it isn't quite wide enough, we can alter our pattern just a little bit and use our border to fill the balance of it. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to use my scissors, and I'm going to cut right along the line of the cardstock. Bryce keeps telling me to hold it down, but you know, guys, I got to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to get right in here.
That's good there.
And then I'm going to come over and trim straight in to clip that off, just until I get it clipped off. It's not much of a view there. I completely hid it from you. I wasn't trying to hide it from you, though. Okay, so we have our stars. Then we've got our nice faded purple snowy background up here, and that's so cute. Got kind of a little extra clip there. Let me straighten that up. You can see why it wasn't quite wide enough, because I didn't get my trim all the way over, but I'll show you what I'm going to do about that. Okay, so there we go. We've got our trim. It looks to me like I got a little bulge on the other side too. I do. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to just trim up and get that last little line straightened out there. These aren't difficult to cut. They just sometimes take a little extra, you know, just a little extra time. Well, Kim, you're a soul after my own heart. If you're talking to yourself, that's a good thing. People will tell you, well, it's fine if you talk to yourself. It's just if you answer that it's a problem. No, I answer too. I gotta have a little swig of pop here. Throat's dry. Okay, the pause that refreshes. All right, next. Now, because I didn't trim particularly straight, I don't know if you can see it, I got a little bow in the side of this. I don't like that. I'm going to fix it. Do you talk to yourself too, Annette? I mean, we are twins. You keep telling me that. Are you telling me you talk? Oh, that's...
She answers.
That's me. I answer. Yep. I do. I talk to myself and I answer. Oh. Someday Bryce may have to use this in court to have me committed. I'm not sure it's smart that I say all this stuff on camera.
Lauren will use it first.
I just want to straighten these up, give myself some nice straight edges here. And because I have scissor cut all of these, it's fine. I just want them straight because they're on a straight line and deficiencies will show. Brenda, I always tell people I need to have an intelligent conversation once in a while. Oh, I love you, Brenda. Yes, I tell my family that all the time. I tell them when I'm talking to myself, it's the only intelligent conversation I get around here. That usually quiets them down. My daughter says, Mom, stop having conversations with yourself. She said that she's going to call the men with the white coats. That's what I mean. I say all this on camera. Bryce may use this someday to have me committed.
Deborah says she talks to the dogs.
You talk to a dog? Well, I talk to a dog, too. Oh, I'm just a chatty person, aren't I?
Yeah, you are. It's fine.
I'm just going in and straightening up my little lines here again, guys. Now, I think I have enough cardstock. I could actually recut these if I wanted, and I might still do that, but I'm just going to start by straightening them up and see if I like where I am, and if I don't, I think I have enough cardstock that I could actually recut these pieces that I think are going to be a little narrow. Okay, so I've got these, and they are going to be narrow for my space. So as I said, I have a choice. I can either compensate with this, or I think I'm going to have enough that I could recut these if I want. So I'm just going to set those aside for the moment. It's not they did anything wrong. It's just, and this isn't even one of those times I'm going, oh, look, guys, I did something goofy. When you go to cut that stuff out and you're scissor cutting, sometimes it's just not going to be as even, right? And so it's fine, you look for ways to work around it. Okay, let's go ahead and glitter up our snowman. We'll do that first. Then we are going to I'm going to need a little piece of white cardstock. Hopefully you guys have one. If not, any color cardstock's really going to do for this next piece. I love you, Betty McSorley. You're so funny. My husband says talking to cats crazier than talking to myself. Not so much when the cat answers. You guys are so funny. Oh, shoot. Well, Teddy does answer. You talk to him, he'll whoa, back at you. We have one of our cats. Teddy is he's the most optimistic creature that God ever put on this planet, I'm sure of it. We brought him home. We already had a household with 3 cats. They were used to an old dog in Amy. Oh, and she's deaf. Oh, never mind, and she does. I thought you said, and she's deaf. That would be worse. But Teddy is just the most optimistic creature ever. We brought him in as a puppy into a household that already had 3 adult cats. They were used to an old, decrepit dog that posed no irritation or challenge to them whatsoever. Amy was adorable and old, and all the cats, if they didn't like her, they at least tolerated her because she was old and she didn't mess with them. And then we brought in this puppy, and the cats pretty much wanted the puppy gone from the first day that he was here, and none of the cats wanted a thing to do with him. Well, after weeks of presenting them with his toys and, laying down, talking to them, he'd take a toy, he'd drop it in front of him, and then back up a couple steps. Won't you play with me? I want to play with you. Let's play. One of the cats actually started playing with him, and it actually has become a real buddy of his, our big fat cat, Fergus. He and Teddy are good friends now. And Fergus plays with him. If Teddy is ignoring the cat will actually come and instigate. It's very, very cute to see the two of them play together. And Bryce tells me that effective just in the last few days, we have one cat that's an indoor-outdoor cat. She never would tolerate being indoor only. That would be my preference, but it just wasn't going to happen. She just wouldn't do it. We rescued her from outside, and she was never going to be an all-indoor cat. It just was not our choice. It was hers. And Bryce tells me that the cat still won't have a thing to do with him in the house, but now she's playing with him effective yesterday. After Ted is now a year old, she was playing with him and romping back and forth yesterday on the porch. So I guess that says something to do with Teddy's patience level, because he never gives up. He just doesn't. Come on, kitty, let's play. Come on, please play. I don't, It would be miraculous if the third cat ever came around. I just don't see that happening. She plots ways to do him in. I just don't see that happening from. Her name's Meredith, and she's Lauren's cat. And I swear sometimes I think that cat plans our demise too. The only one in the house she wants a thing to do with is Lauren. She'll occasionally get in Bryce's lap, but my cat's very judgmental when I act silly. Oh, my cats have never known anything different. They may be judgmental too, but they have the courtesy to judge me away from where I can see them doing it. Oh. Teddy just wants to be everybody's friend. Although, unfortunately, Teddy finds it necessary to do things like pull his friends' tails. Or Milo the goat, he tries to jump from the ground onto Milo's back. Milo's not hearing of it. Oh. Milo and Teddy play through the fence, but that's about as close as Milo wants to be. I'm going to grab myself a piece of cardstock here. I'll be right back. Figure out what I did with it. Should be in the store right here. My friends have been organizing me again. It doesn't really matter what it is, it just needs to be a white piece of cardstock. I only want a piece of cardstock. It's a waste, but it's what I need. Okay. Sorry about that. We missed putting one thing in your kit. Sometimes Brittany doesn't know if I put a piece in behind. What I want to do is use a regular piece of cardstock, guys. And you've seen me do this before. We're just going to draw a circle. Oops, that's my glue. And for heaven's sakes. That's going to be hard to follow.
You can glitter it.
Okay. I just want to draw a circle around this topper. And I'm going to cut out a piece of cardstock to build this on. And we talked about that before. This is because I'm going to, instead of using this all as one piece, and even if you were using it all as one piece, this is kind of floppy because it's got the cuts in it. So I like to build those up on another piece where it's going to go over the edges. I just want it up on a piece of cardstock where it's going to be a little bit firmer. So I'm just going to cut out this oval and I'm going to build my pieces up on that. You can use anything for this backer because it's not going to show, at least from the front it won't show at all. So use a scrap, use a white piece of cardstock, use anything. It doesn't even have to be particularly heavy paper. It just has to be something that we can build on. I'd use heavier than this copy paper though. It definitely wants to be cardstock. And then we're going to go ahead and build up this topper piece on this backer sheet. That makes some sense? Okay, so I'm going to put some foam squares in here. I just like the added dimension of doing the up and down thing on this. So I'm going to put a few foam squares here Again, probably an inch to 3/4, excuse me, a 1/2 inch to 3/4 apart. Would you get me a tissue out of the bathroom, please, honey? I'm not sick. It's just pollen count is real high because it's been dry and beautiful outside. And so I'm snuffly. Not sick, just snuffly. Thank you, honey. Alrighty. Pop off my tops of my foam squares. Anybody got any plans for Labor Day weekend? I was kind of thinking, I haven't mentioned this to Bryce yet, so this will be the first of his recognition of my thinking. I was thinking that maybe it would be fun to just take a drive to the beach tomorrow, get some lunch somewhere. We're about an hour and a half, maybe, from the Oregon coast. We'll stay away from anybody who's not family, and we'll wear our masks, but we'll go in somewhere and pick up some lunch. There's a place at the beach here in Seaside, Oregon. Don't know if any of you have ever been there, but in Seaside, Oregon, that makes a magnificent crab louie. It's got like 12 crab legs on this salad. It's wonderful. And it would be fun to just do something different without creating any risk for ourselves. Get out of the house for a drive. Either that, or if we didn't want to do anything quite that long, we could take my mom up on her offer of buying us lunch and go and get our Captain Yobi's. There is a place in a little town called Kelso, Washington, that's about 60 miles north of where we are, that has the best halibut fish and chips. Oh, it's so good. And my mom lives in that town, and she's tried to bribe us to come up there, and she told us if we'd come up, she would buy us Captain Yobi's fish and chips for our anniversary last month, since we haven't seen Mom in person.
2 months ago.
Huh?
2 months ago.
2 months ago. Oh, yeah, it was 2 months ago. Wow, time flies when you're having a good time, honey.
Or locked in with COVID.
He says, or when you're locked in with COVID. Every day is the same. I guess I'm feeling the need to get out of the house. I guess that's my message. But I want to stay safe. So we'll do something safe. We're not going to be one of those silly people that's out there shoulder to shoulder on the beach. That won't happen. But we know of some beaches that we can go to that have very little traffic if we decide to go to the beach, and we can easily socially distance and let Teddy have a romp. So that would be fun. I don't know, just something. How about you guys? Anybody going to do anything different? Or I saw that Nona's going to make lots of cards. That's good, because you have lots. If you have the Craftiganza kit, you have lots of cards to make, friends. I know, I've been making them. Maybe we can get your download. Maybe we can get one of the downloads done here pretty quick. That'd be good. I also know, by the way, that I owe you guys a newsletter. I told you on Thursday I would get one out, and then I got tied up working on this project that I'm doing that I will show you. I'm creating this new class, I did two. I actually created on Thursday into Friday morning, way late on Friday morning, I created two classes for fall cards, or fall projects. I can't call them both cards, fall projects. And I didn't get the newsletter done, but I will get one done that will cover both the classes and all the links I promised. So it's coming. I am peeling my Merry Christmas and putting it on my little sheet, my little tag that we created. I'm going to trim that down a little bit now that I know how much of it I wanted to use. Doesn't that make a cute little tag, though, for a card? I think it's wonderful. If you don't have one that's just the right size, just make one. That's what we're doing. Okay, so as we were talking there, I took that backer sheet, I put foam squares under my ring, I split out the center ring, and I glued that flush to my card. I raised my centerpiece on some foam squares. Now I've got this really nice dimensional topper, and we're going to add that to our card. And it's going to sit right about here. Before I put that on, though, it looks like I better put my border down. So let me put my border piece on here. And this is a hint for you. If when you cut it out, I think mine are pretty good this time, but if when you cut it out, this edge here on these two sides is uneven at all, or you have any white showing there, which can happen, go ahead and raise this border just a little bit into that space, and that will cover a multitude of errors. And like I said, I don't really need to cover anything up this time, but it's just a really good way to cover up. I actually have, this is actually a little extra long, so let's see if I can still say that after I trim out this extra. Maybe it will be a little rough and I need to hide it. Nope, it looks pretty good still, but I'm going to put my border right up there, and like I said, if you got anything you want to disguise, here's the time to do it. I'm going to put a little glue on here. How do you get them straight? Get what straight? The words? Are you talking about the words? How do you get them straight? Yeah, it is back to school time, isn't it, Kim? I think, am I wrong, Grace? I think all the schools here are starting, or virtually all the schools are starting online only, aren't they?
Yes, online through November.
Online through November, which is nice. And then they'll reassess, of course, and determine where we are in the process. And
So Annette says yes. How do you get the words straight?
you know, just start laying them down, and then these particular words, Annette, these are the ones from Sticker King. They're actually fairly firm, and they're easier to position than some of them. So I just lay them down, and you saw it a minute ago. If I don't like the way it lays down initially, as long as you get it soon before it really has a chance to set up there, you can actually lift that a little bit and reposition it. What's the little eye in the corner of our screen, honey? Does that mean anything I need to know?
I don't have an eye in the corner.
Oh, on my screen, I've got an eye in the corner of the screen. Just, I don't know, maybe it's just information about.
Yeah, it's just your screen.
Okay. Never mind. I thought maybe there was something going on we needed to know about. Doesn't appear there was. Okay, put my border on. You saw me smooth it out with my finger, smooth my glue with my finger just a little bit, because I don't want a ridge in that. Now, let's take a look at what we cut off here. Here's our cute little penguins that we're going to use, that I'm going to use for the stopper. And that would set me in quite a long ways. It still would be okay if I used the whole thing. Now I just need to make a decision. Do I want to trim off a little bit underneath them and make a little narrower stopper, or do I want it to be fairly wide? I think what I'm going to do is start by looking at, I want all of my penguins that show on here to be completely on the cardstock. I don't want to be cutting off any part, and it looks like I'm going to be okay there. So I'm gonna measure my width of my card. Maybe it'd be easier with my ruler. Yes, I do have one. It's usually used as a straight edge. Doesn't get used for much else. My card is 5 3/4 wide. Okay, so I'm going to cut this border piece to be 5 3/4. You see how it comes up here? Yeah, it's pretty close. I think I'm actually going to, let me see what I want to do here. Just deciding the best way to go about getting this cut. I'm going to trim this down just a little bit so that I can reach into my 5 3/4. That's what I'm going to do. And I want this to be 5 3/4 wide. Still looks like that's a little uneven. It is. I'm going to straighten this up a little bit. Using the grid lines on my trimmer to be a guide to getting a straight cut here. Okay. The other thing I could do is wait until after I make my other card, then I can cut and stuff at will. So if you're nervous at all about that, you could just wait to whack this off until you're done with your other card. Okay, I am going to trim this down so that it comes right above the pom-pom on his hat. So I'm going to get in here and I'm going to trim this to be, it's going to end up being just a little over 2 inches. And I'm going to put this here, but before I do, I'm going to put, if you have some shaker tape, this is a great job for shaker tape. If you don't have shaker tape handy, it's okay to use your foam squares. You're just going to need quite a few of them. I'm going to start with a single row, and if I think that sets me up high enough, then a single row's okay. If it doesn't set me up quite high enough, then I will build a second row right on top of this one, because this is going to act as the stopper for my easel, which is going to keep it standing up straight. So you want a pretty solid line of them across here. And we'll see what this wants. If that's going to act as enough of a stopper. I think it might want a second row. It probably would be okay, but just to be cautious, I'm going to set this up a second row high, which just means I'm going to put some more foam squares right on top of these. Now again, if you have some shaker tape, this is a great job for shaker tape. If you have leftover from our kits, that's 3mm shaker tape, so that would set it up nice and high without having to do 2 rows. But this way I'm building a 4mm stopper, and your shaker tape would build 3, and in most cases that 3mm is going to be ample to be a good stopper. But I don't have a roll sitting here, and I didn't supply some in your kit, so I'm going to use what's actually in your kit. Because we try really hard to make sure everything I use is included. How many kids will be in a group that way, Kim? I'm guessing if it's a private school, it's going to be a lot smaller school, maybe not quite as busy as the public schools. It's good they've got a backup plan too. Who would have thought a year ago we'd be talking about all this stuff, huh? Hello, Diane. Welcome, welcome. We're building a wall. That's what we're doing while we're chatting here, Diane. We're building a wall of foam squares. Because we need a stopper for our shaker card. You can use almost anything as a stopper. I do like to use adhesive foam of some sort, though, because I've heard about using cereal boxes and all kinds of stuff. But if you do that, you're going to have to find a way to color them and make them fit. And shoot, I kind of go for the easy fix. Oh, 12 children per class. That's glorious. That'll be wonderful. Good for the kids to be able to be back, too, and safely. That's good. Sounds like your private school's done some good planning. It's awesome. Yeah, who would have thought a year ago we'd be talking about this like it's an everyday occurrence now? Are you all online or? It's crazy. It's crazy. The world has changed a lot in a year, hasn't it? Oh, you go back. Oh my gosh, and you have all the kids, Diane. Oh, bless your heart. Stay safe, friend. Wear that mask and... Yeah. I gotta kind of wonder about the sanity of doing some of those things. I'm sorry. Well, in a group of 12 kids, I think you stand a chance of keeping their masks on. In these larger groups, I've worked enough with kids. I wonder about your ability to keep a bunch of kids keeping their masks on. I would be worried too, Diane. I'm sorry. You have to let us know how it goes, huh? Remind me where you are again, Diane. Okay, I got my wall. I got a pretty good wall built there. I'm going to put a few on the other side as well, just so I don't have 2 millimeters on one side and just stuck flat to the cardstock on the other side, which would potentially crease my cardstock along there. I don't think I have to build this one too high, but I am going to build a wall here that's 1 inch, and I don't think that's going to be as much of a problem with creasing in the middle, especially since we have a pretty wide stopper. Upstate New York. Well, you guys have less than a 1% infection rate though, right? That's wonderful. You guys are one of the best in the nation. You're actually pretty close. If you're in upstate New York, you're pretty close to my daughter. Give a wave out your front door and say, "Hi, Jordan in Connecticut." Jordan hasn't signed on yet today. She tells me she's almost always out there, but she doesn't always sign on and say hi. If you're out there, Jordan, you better say hello to your mother. Speaking of hello, here comes daughter with a whole bag of goodies. I sent her to make a really safe run to the dollar store to get me some things, thank you, to get me some things for our project that I haven't yet told you about. Yes, I am teasing again, but I'll show you in a minute. I decided to put a few in the middle too. What the heck, I don't want it to sag in the middle. So I put just a few in the center. Here's what I did. I got my 2 square high wall across the front. I've got a shorter wall here in the middle. And then I've got a 1 level wall at the back of my foam squares.
Kim asks, when will the tag class be?
When will the tag class be? Do you have the calendar right there? It's actually up on YouTube now, scheduled.
Tags with boxes on the 10th, which is next Thursday.
Next Thursday, Kim. Did Brittany put the new stuff on the calendar yet? Can you see that? Okay, you guys have insert sheets. I don't. But everybody who got Crafty Gans just about. Oh, that's cute. Oh, you glittered the penguins on the stopper. That's a great idea. I think I'm going to need glitter too, Betty. You guys got inserts. Put your insert down and then put your topper over the top of it, okay? I don't have them for all the reasons you've heard me complain about for endless weeks. If Brittany was here, she'd roll her eyes at me again and say, "Aunt Debbie, I told you why you can't have them." But yes, she's told me. That doesn't mean I'm not going to complain.
Betty glittered her penguins.
Yes, I'm going to glitter my penguins because that's a glorious idea. Our penguins really need glitter, don't they? I think they do. And where'd our topper go? Oh, here it is. I'm going to go ahead and put my topper on. And then I'm going to cut my other card before I do these 2 panels because I want to see how much space I have. So I'm going to put my glue right on this piece. Now be careful because your corners are your actual corners. If you're using glitter or glue or tape, either one, you're not going to come clear up to the corners with this topper. So put your glue so that it's not going to show on your corners. And I'm going to raise that just a little so I can get my Merry Christmas under it. And before I can lose it, I think I'll put my Merry Christmas tag here. If you're one of our stampers and you have your stamp pads handy, think about just running a stamp pad around the edges of your created tag here. That would look good. Either your purple or your that one that looks lavender. I can't remember what it's called now. That would look good to put a little border of. Last time I think I put these on foam squares. I didn't this time, but that's okay. You could put this Merry Christmas on foam tags if you want to, guys. On foam squares, it doesn't want to go up there. So maybe I'll just do it. It didn't want to go on anyway. It's like, wait, give me foam squares. Okay. Not only am I talking to my supplies, I'm taking commands from them.
Right.
Lauren just came in a minute ago. Say hi to Lauren, guys. Lauren used to hang out with us all the time, and she even did one video with me, but she's a big college girl now, and now she refuses to go on camera with her mother. Doesn't want to. That's going to be beautiful, Lauren. You're making what, a fall wreath?
I'm making a Disney Mickey wreath.
A Mickey wreath.
A Mickey shaped.
Oh, come show them what you're going to do.
What?
Lauren is just brought in her supplies from the dollar store, and I asked her to share with you what she's doing because it looks like it's going to be cute.
Don't mirror your stuff.
And just come. Yeah, you can. She's going to make a Mickey Mouse.
A Mickey shaped wreath.
You got to get down
Camera's
here
over
because we
there.
can't see it there.
This is the camera.
I have no idea where you are, so I'm just gonna pretend that you
Yeah.
can see me. But it's gonna be a Mickey Mouse shaped wreath. And then I'm gonna wrap this garland stuff from the Dollar Tree all around it so he's Mickey shaped. This one's for Brittany. She wanted me to make her one while I was making my own. And then I'm gonna put a white bow on mine and it's gonna be Minnie instead of Mickey.
Oh. Did you guys see that? Diane says hi. Brenda says hi. Kim says hi. Thank you, Lauren.
Oh.
Lauren made a Halloween wreath last year, and everybody that came into the classroom wanted to make one. We didn't offer a class in that because by the time they all told me they wanted one, it was too late for buying all the supplies for the.
I want to see the finished product.
Okay, so I've got my Merry Christmas up. I don't have this piece done yet, and I'm holding that for just a minute because I want to cut this card out first and see what I have left, okay? So we're going to cover, I'm going to grab my A6 card, my European A6. These are reserved for this project, so I'm going to put these pieces over here, and my leftover border piece will go over there. These are the ones that I cut already. If I need them, I've got them available. And let's see how much of this cardstock we're going to need to cover this card. Here's my little penguin that I used last time, and he's going to be fine. Now I'm going to match up where I put my cardstock by these. I want to make sure that this little penguin gets on here all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and put my tape on my card. They want to see it when it's done.
Okay.
She said okay.
You can post some pictures in your newsletter.
Oh, she says she'll share a picture in the newsletter. So we'll do it.
It's the dog chewing on.
Oh, shame on you.
For anybody who might be worried about Lauren going out, she's a very, very careful shopper. She uses hand sanitizer before and after. And she washes her hands, and she wears her mask, and she maintains distance in the store. So she's a very careful shopper. She's also very careful at her work not to bring anything home to mom and dad, which I very much appreciate. Okay, so I'm going to start this so that I'm going to get that whole penguin, because I want to make sure that he's completely on my cardstock. I'll flip this over and cut around him. One thing we know for sure, guys, we are making really good use of this cardstock, aren't we? We will have used every little piece of everything except this topper right here. I decided quite intentionally not to use this Let's Get Together for Christmas this time. I might save it, but in the age of COVID, we usually have, 20-ish people in for our holidays, and this year that's just not going to happen. So, I don't know. Maybe I was just being a fuddy-duddy, but I didn't make that card this time because we're probably not going to have a big gathering, and like I said, just being a fuddy-duddy. It just didn't seem like the year for it. Diane, I was just saying a minute ago, I owe you a newsletter. I promised to do one following our video the other night, then got wrapped up working on our fall project, and I didn't get one done. But I am doing one today, and I will get I will put that post up before I even start working on tonight's newsletter. After we finish class today, I will put a post up on our last newsletter, and we will, I will post that newsletter link so that you can get the newsletter I'm doing tonight. So watch shortly after our video tonight. I'll get that post for our newsletter out there on the last video. And that it won't let me, I don't think it will let me put anything on this one until it actually moves over to a regular video. That's why I said I'll do it on the last video. But I'll get that newsletter sign up for you so that you can get your newsletter tonight. You'll get the one I send out tonight, okay? Does that make sense, I hope? This one, this last little piece we had left, this guy right here is going on the hand of that snowman we created a while ago. We're going to trim around there, and we're going to put him on the hand of that snowman. So I'm going to set that out because we got to finish that too. Okay, this looks great. I thought when I did this, it really needed some of that snow off the top. So I took a strip of this snow and I put it right at the top of my card. So I'm going to take, I'm even going to make it a little wider, I think, this time than I did last time. I'm going to put this strip of cardstock that was on the top here, right here on the top of my card, before I put my season's greetings on. So let's put this on, add some tape. Yeah, I try to get those done, the same evening, but I can't link the newsletter and stuff until it has actually moved over to a regular video. Right now we're on the live stream list, and when it moves over to a regular video, then I can grab the link and do my newsletter. But sometimes, depending on how fast or slow it comes over from YouTube, sometimes it can be within 2 hours, and other times it's 3 or 4 hours. And 3 or 4 hours in, I was already knee deep in our new project, so I just didn't get it done. But I will get it done tonight, and I will get you that link posted. Okay, now I wanted to use, what do I have left? Well, I haven't got much left this time. In fact, I must have cut something a little bit differently. Oh, wait. We have this. I can use this. In fact, this is what I used. Okay. I thought for a minute I miscalculated. I didn't. We're fine. I'm going to use a piece, remember I said set these aside. These are off the other piece of cardstock. It doesn't matter. These have the little dots on them. I'm going to use the smaller piece of the two, and I'm going to cut myself a square that is 2 3. No, it's going to be 2 1/4. I'm going to cut myself a 2 1/4 inch piece of this. And I just want to make that into a square. 2 1/4 inches. And then I'm going to use this leftover Mirri that I had, and I'm going to cut myself a piece that's 2 1/2. So this should be, I want 2 2 1/2 inch squares of this purple Mirri. Let me start. Yeah, it's 5 inches long, so it's going to be fine. I'm going to cut this to 2 1/2, making sure I get a nice straight cut on it. Then I'm going to cut off a piece that's 2 1/2, and another piece that's 2 1/2. I'm going to mount my little square on top of one of those purple pieces. I'm going to smooth that with my finger just a little. I'm going to put it on top here and line it up so it's straight. Then I'm going to turn it on edge, and I'm going to glue this piece to this piece. Now I've got 2 layers of cardstock here, so I'm not too worried about smoothing this with my finger because it's going to be heavy enough. It's not going to create that ridge on the top of my work. And I just want to get this, I'm only eyeballing it, but I want to get this pretty straight. Oops, which I slid as soon as I picked up, but hey, life's like that. That's good enough. Okay, I'm going to put this piece here, and I'm going to get my Season's Greetings tag. My little snowman. And I'm going to put him in the middle of that. This is one of those examples we talked about, guys, where if your tag is small, make it bigger. With our little star we've just created, we're just making this tag bigger. Now, one of the things about this one is we're inclined to want to put the greeting straight. If you put the greeting straight, your snowman's going to be at the side, so it actually kind of goes askew a little bit. Just make sure your snowman's straight. And before I put that on there, I'm going to go ahead and glue this. And then I'm going to, and once again, I'm not going to worry about my glue creating a ridge because my glue is going to be under 2 layers of cardstock, so I'm not too worried about that. Huh, that's really askew. I wonder if I cut it wrong. If I did, I did. I'm going to use it this way then. Yeah, I definitely got that at a weird angle. I bet I cut that lower one wrong, but let's finish anyway. Yeah, I can straighten this up just a little bit. I think the one underneath I cut through the wrong size, but we can still make it work. It should be 2 1/2 by 2 1/2, so it's exactly the size of the big one, or the one that's on the front of it, but I think I must have cut it too short because it looks a little, mine looks a little funny. Yours will look better because you'll measure better than I did. Okay.
Did you see Brenda's comment about the spring on the snowman?
The one with the snowman. Oh, it would be cute on a spring. Do I have one of those upstairs?
I don't think we do.
I might. Look in these drawers over here for me. One of those Hampton heart. That would be really cute. That would be super cute, Brenda. I'm gonna look and see if we have one. I know we have. I believe we have some. We have had them. In fact, I'm almost certain we have them in the store. I just don't know if I have one upstairs. That's a really good idea. If we have it, we'll try it. Okay, my season's greetings there. Making sure my snowman is straight. And now we have our little rhinestones in our packet. Do we have any of those springs? Bryce is like digging through my drawers over here, but I don't know. The craft drawers.
Yes, it'll clarify that.
Oh, sorry. Oh my. Okay. Oh, sometimes I get in trouble with my family. Oh dear. Okay. All right. I put my 4 little rhinestones on the corner. Isn't that just a cute addition to that? That's so cute. Now, these certainly could be glittered. I think they want to be. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to start cutting out this little guy here. We're working on 2 or 3 cards at a time today, aren't we? That's okay. And this is a little fussy cutting, but it's not too bad. Just cut out my little penguin here.
These ones?
Yes! Oh!
The minis would be great.
Yeah, I have some here, but the minis would be what I would want, I think. He did find me some, which was great. Should we close our eyes?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be too, mine are going to be too big, but the idea is fabulous. We do have the minis downstairs in the store if anybody wants to do that. What she's saying is put the, well, let me get the penguin cut out. Put the little penguin on a spring so he has movement when he's on the snowman's. That is a brilliant idea. That's totally brilliant. I love that. See, you guys just have the best ideas. Anytime I say something like that, sometimes I say that stuff intentionally because Lauren is so easy to upset. Even when I said that just a minute ago and I said the craft drawers, she went, ooh! Because your parents aren't supposed to talk like that. Evidently, she's grown up with it, so she had no choice. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of the spring. That's a brilliant idea. And I think the little minis would work perfectly. I thought maybe Bryce was going to go get them, but he just went out on the deck, not after the springs. Bob just came in. Say hi to Bob, everybody. Hi, Dad.
Hi.
He says hi.
Okay, here's your chair.
Oops, still missed a piece. Little bit of fussy cutting, like we said, but it's not too bad. It's just worth it, you know, because that snowman with his hand out, he had to have a penguin on it. He just has to. He just has to. So the idea of the day was to put this on a spring. Of course, my spring is way too big, but if it were on a spring, it would have movement to it, and the little penguin could wobble there. And that is a brilliant idea. Annette says hi, Brenda says hi, Kim says hi, Diane McIntyre says hi, Sadie says hi. They're all talking to you. Okay, so let's put some foam squares under here. I really do like that idea. I wish I had some of those sitting here, because that would be really, really fun. I love, love, love that idea. You get the idea of the day award. But alas, I'll just put foam squares on mine because that's what I have here. I have them though. I have a feeling there's going to be... Could he sit on a snowball? He sit on a snowball.
On the snowball on your card.
On the snowball on my card. What's the snowball?
I don't know. Make a snowball.
You could. I mean, he could sit on a snowball. I'm going to put 2 layers of foam under him.
Diane made a spring with acetate.
Oh, what a good idea. The ideas just keep on coming, guys. I'm loving it. Love it. Love it. Talk about making good use of our kits, guys. We are going to use up just almost every shred of this kit. What fun, huh? Yeah. So, there's my snowman and penguin. I think I'm going to set him up just a little higher with... I could even make him bounce if I wanted. I mean, I could set him up so he's bouncing. And maybe I'll do that. That's cute. I don't get the same movement you guys are going to get with the spring, but I at least got him up in the air above the snowman's hand. That's cute. I'm going to do that. Okay. Oh, make a snowball and put the spring under it. I understand what you're saying now. That's a brilliant idea too. Create a big snowball here and set him on it. That would work. Why not? Okay, this one is finished for now. Let's get our pieces back out here. And I am going to take some off of this leftover piece, and I'm going to create my sidebars here. So I need to measure these. These sidebars on these cards are a little wider than what I'm used to with the center step cards. These are just a little over, they're just shy of 1 3/8 inches. So if I go 1 3/8 inches, they ought to be great. I'm going to cut 2 strips of my leftover card at 1 3/8 inches. I love all the participation and the ideas today, guys. You guys are on the money today. There's 1 3/8 inch. And here is another strip at 1 3/8. Now these will fit perfectly. In fact, if anything, they might be just a tad wide, which is okay. All right. We're going to put those on. And I'm actually going to use the bigger strip, and then I'm just going to trim off, and that way I know I get it where I want it. So I got my glue bottle here. I'm just going to glue it, which also lets me to slide it around a little bit. That never hurts. So I've got my strip here. And I'm going to go ahead and clip this. Okay, I'm going to put my other one on. I don't think we ever in these classes had 3 cards going at a time. That's kind of fun. We'll work on this one for a bit, that one for a bit. Yeah. Yes. With the tree die and the tag set, it would. It'd be cute. It'd be cute to cut tags that had those little penguins across the bottom, you know. You get the little penguins in the tag. That'd be adorable. You get lots of fun tags out of this set. Did everybody get your kits for Thursday's class? Are they arriving yet? I know that all the orders
Kim says
were.
yes.
Huh?
Kim says yes.
Good, you got yours, so you know that it's a really, really rich kit. I don't know if we have any left yet, or if I should show that or not. We might be out. Can you check on? You probably can't check.
No.
I can check on my phone in a minute and see if we have any left. Now with these, I only have this little piece of border left. And these kind of looked lonesome to me when I put them on there. They just kind of didn't do it for me. But I used this leftover piece of strip and just cut it roughly in half. And then I put my toppers on top of that. And this I did like. It just like it filled up that space and just made it more fun. So I'm going to use these border strips to fill out the rest of the space. So I'm going to put this one here and then put the penguin kind of suspended from that, maybe not clear to the bottom. I want him to show. Okay, so like this. And then on the other side, we're going to put it from the bottom and put the tag here so we can see the words. Okay, that's where we're going. Put a little glue on here, smooth it out because it is a thin piece of cardstock.
Maria is asking, has the puffy stuff come in yet?
The puffy stuff has not arrived yet, but it should be here any day. Whenever the Ecstasy Crafts stuff gets here, that's where it's coming from. So as soon as that box arrives, we'll get that up for you.
And we still have a few tag sets in the store for sale.
We do still have a couple tag kits. There are still tag kits if anybody wants them. We will get them right out the door for you so that you can join us if anybody still wants the tags class. I'm surprised that they've lasted this long. When I looked the other day, there were only like 4 left, so we've got to be down to just the last couple. Well, they're going to be really fun tags to either use personally or give in gifts. You're going to have plenty for both, I think. So it was really fun. It's just fun to do a little different project sometimes. And I like having, even if I buy the primary gift for somebody, I like everybody on my list, if I can, I try anyway, to have a handmade gift for everybody too. It doesn't have to be big and fancy. I just think people appreciate the effort. Thank you, by the way. That was a nice compliment.
Suzanne Johnson is joining us from Austin, Texas.
Hi, Susan. Welcome, welcome. We're just putting the finishing touches here on our center step easel card with the snowman juggling penguins. We've just finished that one. Let's take a look at the other couple that we just did finish. We finished our snowman with the little penguins suspended. Love the idea of the spring under there. We finished our, oh, this is the one we just did. No, this isn't. I actually glittered this one. I haven't glittered this one yet, but I'm going to opt my glittering time. You guys know where I'd put the glitter. I'm going to opt my glittering time for showing you some of our new projects, but we just finished this one. And our first one that we finished was this one. So we finished all 4 of our cards now, and they are super duper cute. I still have a piece left I can add to my tag kit, Kim. I'm still going to get one little piece in there. You know, this is the biggest piece I have left. We really made these. And then I have this other topper. I already explained why I didn't use that today. And I have my To My Best Friend tag. I usually don't, I'm not as inclined to use these best friend kind of ones, because I want to have as much latitude as I can to, just use my card for wherever it makes sense. So when they really zero in like that, I'm less likely to use it, unless, of course, I'm making something for a really close friend, in which case I will pop those on there. But I'm less likely to use those. I might put that on a tag, though. That'd be great. Okay. I got my one little rhinestone. I have to salvage it. He probably has a place somewhere. I'll put it in with my glitter so I remember I have him. Okay.
Kim has a question for you.
All right. Kim, does the bow maker make bows the size to use for presents? You can make a bow maker on this, or you can make a bow on this bow maker up to, maybe 5 inches? You can go up to 5 inches. It would take me some practice to show you some bow designs, but maybe I can put that on my agenda to play with some other ribbons and see if I can give you some fun bow ideas here. But I tell you what I do have that works great with the wired ribbon. Sliding off camera for just a second. We also have this one. This one is in the store. When I saw these advertised, I thought what I would get would be something like this. What came in was this, which for our card making was of truly limited value. I mean, you can tie a bow here. It's just big and cumbersome for what we're trying to do. This would be glorious for tying like wired ribbon. Ooh, that'd be fun. So, yeah, when you compare the two, imagine trying to use this to tie our little 2-inch bows, guys. It didn't do what I wanted it to do, but it would be glorious for tying wired ribbon. I have a bunch of wired ribbon in the garage. Let me get a couple rolls out. Let me play with it, and I will try and come up with some fun bow designs for you. How's that sound? We'll do it. This one's called the embellishment. No, this is called it's from We Are Memory Keepers. And I think they probably had to make it humongous so they weren't violating the copyright on something like this. So, yeah. It's really big for what I wanted it for, but it would be glorious for what you guys are talking about. So I haven't done that. Let me get it out and play with it, and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, Andrea says she sees another class.
Oh, yeah. You guys always come up with great ideas to keep me busy. But you know what? I love that. I love doing things that I know will have value for you. So when you ask me to do something, that makes me really happy, because then I know that I'm getting something you guys are going to like. Are you ready to see some new stuff? I'm ready to show you new stuff. Let's move all these wonderful snowman cards out of our way. This will, by the way, this one we just made, look, it folds up very nice and tidy. Even though it's a big card, it folds up so nicely. That's why when you see this hanging down here, this is not mismanufacturing. They intentionally made this panel right here shorter so that it reduces the bulk, and this actually will fold down nicely. So anyway, we have our beautiful snowman cards completed. We'll set those out of our way, and let's get my basket of goodies out here. I don't know, should I show you the new stuff first, or should we go in sequential order? We probably should show you what's coming up next. Next, I'm not going to go through a tremendous amount of dialogue about these at this point. Those of you who are watching pretty much know that what's coming up with our gift class on Thursday is going to be really cool. We have put together a very deluxe kit for you that includes not only the tags, die, and the wonderful, beautiful tree, which I dearly love, but 15 yards of our bow, or of our, what do you call this, cord?
Tassel.
What?
Tassel.
Tassel, yeah, of our tassel material in this gorgeous iridescent white, silver, and gold. You will have enough to make, count them, eight boxes. You will have this gorgeous mirror board in 4 styles, plus, and that will make 8 of these boxes. You also get the 350 GSM box bottom paper, enough for 8 boxes. You will have tags to make fun rub-on tags, which I had a blast making. I had so much fun, so very much fun. One thing you might do if you're going to work along with me on Thursday night, think about taking out some of the plain cardstock out of that kit, guys. Go ahead and go a whole bunch of tags cut. You want to do that? That would be very, very useful. Yes, perfect for little token gifts. Exactly. That's exactly what we're talking about. 8 boxes. And they're only, by the time we're all done, you will have leftover materials and you will have paid $4 a box. It's a perfect neighbor kind of gift. But these cute little gift tags, plus the extra glittery, wonderful trees that I already showed you, you're going to have enough to make lots of trees. When you see how little material it takes to make a tree, you are going to be amazed at how many trees you're going to get out of the material that I already sent you. Plus, we're going to work on a technique that will be new for many of you, where we're cutting our gift tags out of beautiful Christmas napkins. This is great fun, and you know, there are so many beautiful yes, you can order right now, Susan. There's only about 3 of them left. Grab that kit right away, because there's only about 3 of them left. But I'm going to show you the technique, or a technique, for making wonderful gift tags and wonderful cardstock out of decorative napkins. So that's another technique we're going to do. And these are just some samples that I cut out of some napkins that I had here. Your napkins in the kit are beautiful. There's this Christmas foliage is one of them. And these, I don't think you can see the sparkle on camera, but if you glitter, you can. If you glitter these up, they are so pretty. Oh, they're just gorgeous. You're going to have enough to make a bunch of tags out of our napkins. We have these beautiful little Christmas trees. That napkin is in your kit also. Look at all those pretty gold cords and white cords. They go so nicely with things. And we're not done yet. The book of paper that I gave you in the kit has some wonderful imagery and great background papers with this spot varnish. So you get things like these gorgeous vintage style, Victorian kind of style writings. And we're going to make beautiful gift tags out of those, including these terrific Santas. We're going to mount the gift tag onto another heavier piece of cardstock. So what you end up with is a nice, heavy, substantial, and absolutely beautiful selection of gift tags. And we're going to make these on Thursday, and you get lots of them. I mean, this isn't all you're going to get out of that book, but this is a sampling of what we're going to get. If you didn't get your kit yet, please get it now, because I don't want anybody to be disappointed. When this kit's gone, it's gone, because I don't have any more of the tree and tag dies. So we only got 17 kits out of this set, but it was pretty enough that I did it anyway, because I just wanted to bring it to you, because I thought it was great fun. So that's coming up on Thursday. Our calendar, what's coming up on Saturday?
Calendar.
Oh, I know what's coming up. What's coming up on Saturday is our Rocking Robin,
Yep.
which I totally love. Rockin' Robin. Oops. Rockin' Robin is next Saturday. When I saw the name of the kit and I saw the Rockin' Robin, it had to be a rocker card. It just had to be. So we actually hand cut the card bases for you so that you could have a rocker card, because none of my distributors currently had rocker cards available. Although I will tell you something, Hunkydory is manufacturing these just for me. They used to have them, and they stopped making them quite a long time ago now. I asked Adam about it, and he said if I was willing to take a certain order size, he would manufacture them for us exclusively. So I have rocker cards coming. Rocker cards aren't good just for Rockin' Robin. They're good for all kinds of occasions. They're good for kids' cards. They're good for all kinds of fun card styles. So anticipate that you'll be seeing these soon. Treat yourself this Christmas. Enjoy the festive season. You get these big musical notes in your kits. We did season's greetings. This is just beautiful cardstock in here. I just have to comment on this. The cardstock is foiled in this turquoise colored foil that is just spectacular. And we made a shaker card, and the shaker card had to. When a Rockin' Robin's kit, it had to have musical notes in the shaker. It does. We put musical, oh baby in a cradle cards would be perfect, Kim, with those rockers. So we're going to have those cards as an exclusive soon from Hunkydory. He said he won't make them for anybody else. They will be all ours. This was an inspiration card that we'll talk about next week. I had a beautiful piece of that cardstock left, and it just had to be used. So that's just an inspiration card. This is the 5 cards in your kit, and then a pretty inspiration piece also. That's coming up next Saturday. These are going to be, this is a bow that has been scraped off of something. These are not going to be a class per se. It's going to be a video. It will be available as soon as we, oops, he's been sitting in my basket, so he's actually more movable than he's looking like. He's just kind of been crushed in my basket. But these spinner cards are coming up. And this is going to be done in the form of a video rather than a class, because they're easy enough to make. It doesn't seem like they would be, but they're super simple to make. What I would say to you about this one is save your pennies, because the kit makes 3 each of 4 designs, and it uses a penny for the moving mechanism. So save your pennies. You're going to need 12 of them. And keep those handy, because you're going to want those. And we'll do this in a video. It will just be, it's only a short video. They are so easy to make, you just won't believe it. And you get 12 cards out of this set, and they're just so much fun. I could sit and play with them all day. Because that's what I'm like. But they're just fun, you know. You gotta have those. These will be ready to purchase right now. They are called something that escapes me. But I will link it in today's newsletter. I promise you. I promised it in the last newsletter. I will put the kit name in there. And the kit has everything you need. And let me put in one except. I did find that these work better if you use a double layer of the round foam pads. If you don't have spare round foam pads at home, I recommend that you, hello Loretta, no, these are not digital images. These are pre-printed on 300 GSM cardstock, so good stuff. They're pre-printed, they're die cut, and they are ready to use. So when you order the kit, what you will get is, in fact, let me show you that because it's actually pretty cool. When you order the kit for this one, you get 12 outers, 12 of the die cut pieces for the sliders. You get all the die cut pieces for the snowmen and the penguins and Santa, as the case may be. And the kit includes liners already. So, and it's fairly affordably priced, especially when you figure that you're getting 12 cards out of it. And there's a whole bunch of extra pieces on there because they, when Hunkydory prints something, they don't want to waste the space. So even if you're not going to use it in the card kit, they give you all kinds of extra pieces, which you can use on other projects, which is pretty cool. So this kit, I promise you, I will link it in today's newsletter. Loretta, if you don't get our newsletter now, really consider signing up for it. I do send you a lot of emails. I'm going to tell you that right off. You get as many as one email a day, but not, they all have a purpose. I'm either telling you that a class is coming up and what you need to do to prepare for that, if there's anything you need to do. I'm telling you about videos that I've put out and linking you to the actual place, the actual products used in those videos. So sometimes they're telling you about a discount code that's available only to newsletter subscribers. So I think our newsletter is worthwhile. I'll let the others tell you whether or not they think it's a good value. But if you don't get our newsletter now, I strongly suggest signing up for it. I will put a link out there to the newsletter in, what video did we do last before this one? We did the
White Christmas?
What was it?
White Christmas tree?
No.
No?
Look on the calendar. What was Thursday's class? My brain went clunk and stopped.
Peace on Earth.
Was this last Thursday?
Oh, Thursday,
No.
bow making.
No, you're on the wrong month.
Clocks.
We did the timeless. In the timeless video that we did last, there will be a newsletter sign up there. So be sure thank you, Diane. She answered it while we were looking. We did the clocks on Thursday. Go to that newsletter. It's go to that video. It's the very last one before this one. And there will be a place to sign up for the newsletter there. I will put it there as soon as this class is over. You guys ready to see what's new? I'm so excited. Okay, new gift item. New gift item. Your kit, should you choose to get it. That's like the Mission Impossible thing. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. This is your new kit, guys. We are making pen and pad sets that are so adorable. I'm using paper from Authentique. You will get all your paper and everything automatically. It has a bow built in. And this is the way that all of the patterns, there's a number of different patterns, and the patterns will vary from kit to kit. But you were making 3 of these notepads with the ribbon actually stowed between the covers so that it's already tied on. And we're making microbead pens. And I don't know if you've ever made these. We're using little beadies, the little no-hole marbles. I don't know if you've ever made these, but they're really fun. And the downside of microbeads is two things. One, when you first do them, they stay on really well. But over time, the microbeads have a tendency to shed. And we eliminated that problem because Lauren's venture to the dollar store was to go get us some vials of Mod Podge. We're going to finish our pens, then we're going to coat them with Mod Podge, which will seal the beads in so that they stay better. And it actually changes the color of the beads just a little bit. But we're going to have these beautiful, I recommend we tie them off before you slide the pens in. We're having these beautiful little gift sets. Your kit will have all of the components to make 3 gift sets. If you want more, buy more than one kit. They are going to go together really quick and easy once you see what you're doing. You will get everything. You're getting, in this kit, you're getting the notepads, you're getting the pens, you're getting a nice collection of I think we're doing them in gold, actually, rather than the red that mine is. We're doing gold microbead pens. We will, you're getting the Mod Podge. You're even getting the Mod Podge sponge applicator in your kit. And it's going to be great fun to make. And how pretty is that to give as a gift? And you're going to be able to make 3 of them out of a kit.
Deborah asks if you sell the micro beads separately.
I do. I do sell the micro beads separately. Oh, I didn't even mention to you that one of the things, you can't get this anymore. This kit is really about the only place you can get this tape. I still had terrifically tacky tape in 1 1/16 inch rolls. This is the only one I know of that is doing 1 1/16 inch. That is the perfect size to wrap around a big ballpoint pen. This is what we're going to use to put our microbeads on, and you're getting a full roll of this in your kit. You will have enough to make dozens of pens if you want to use a different tape to actually assemble. I assumed you might use the same tape just to assemble this. But if you use a separate roll to assemble, just your regular tape to assemble your book, then you would have enough of this to assemble dozens of these pretty microbead pens, and you will have enough Mod Podge to do a dozen or more probably. So we're doing a little bit of everything. We're crafting our little books. We're using our bow tying skills. We are making the pretty foiled books. We're Mod Podging. We're working with microbeads. What could be more fun than that? So this is coming up in class. I don't know if Brittany put it up yet. If it isn't up yet, I will get this one up. I'm not sure, Diane, if it's up there yet or not. She was working on it, but I don't know if she put the listing up yet. Bryce is going to check. If it's not there, I'll get it up post-haste. She didn't ask me about pricing, so I'm thinking maybe not, but I'm not certain. Okay, you ready for the next class? I've just been so busy, guys. So busy. It's fall. We needed fall cards, and my Hunkydory shipment hasn't arrived yet. And according to them, it didn't ship until late this week. In fact, I'm not even sure it's shipped yet. So I was ready to get started on fall. And we made some fall cards for you to get started on that with. I don't know what that bow was that was an escapee. I had some best glue ever on it waiting for it to dry. So everybody gets these 3. These leaves are felt. It doesn't look like felt, but I bought them from Creative Impressions, which is actually a ribbon wholesaler. I bought them from Creative Impressions, and it is compressed felt that's pre-die cut, and they're wonderful. They are difficult to glue. You know how we've talked about the fiber in ribbon makes it difficult to get things to stick to it. I'm going to offer a version of this kit that has that has a best glue ever included in it, because I'm going to strongly recommend you have best glue ever, or you're going to be so disappointed and frustrated that stuff doesn't stick. So if you don't already have best glue ever, be sure you choose the version of the kit that has best glue ever included in the kit. You're not paying any extra to get it. I mean, you're paying just the cost difference of the glue to get it in there. But just to remind you to get it, I'm going to make some of the kits with the best glue ever. If you already have some, I'll make a kit available without. I'm just strongly recommending you have it. So aren't these pretty though? We've got this wonderful webbed ribbon. Now I need to give credit where credit is due. This card was inspired. It's not a duplicate of it, but it was inspired by a card I saw on the wholesaler's website. And then we used authentic papers, the same paper packs actually that I used on to make your kits for the pad and pen sets. So you get these three, plus you're going to get one of these designs. Now I didn't have enough paper pads to make all these designs the same, so you're going to get one of these in your kit. And the sayings are different, but I think you'll agree when you see them, they're all beautiful. This one says, "Life starts over again when it gets crisp in the fall." Or, "Shorter days and setting sun set the stage for autumn fun." Or, "Oh, I think I like fall most of all." Or, "Grateful, thankful, and blessed." Or, it's the one that says thankful. And this one says, "I can smell autumn dancing in the breeze." This one says, "Leaves are falling, autumn is calling." So you will get the makings for one of these. I think there's 7 styles here. You'll get one of those, plus you'll get all 3 of these. So you're going to get a kit of 4. So this is our first of our fall offerings. I'm just about to take off on a second one. I love these though. These colors speak to me. They're just beautiful. And I hope you can see the sparkle of the ribbons and things. Those of you who just got all of these beautiful ribbons are going to see some beautiful examples of how to use those.
You're at 2 hours and 23 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to need, I've got Bryce over here saying, say goodnight, Gracie. So I am going to say that, Deborah, I want to make sure, where did you sign up for the newsletter? Because I'm having trouble with the newsletter link on on our website. I need to rework that because they're not coming through. But do me the favor, Deborah, when I put up that newsletter link on our last video, will you please go ahead and check and just fill it out again? I will look, and if you got 2 newsletters, I'll take you off one, so I'm not junking up your inbox. I just want to make sure you got it. The website link in the chat. That should be okay. That should be okay. Okay, good. All right. Thank you, guys. It's always fun to have you here with me. I appreciate you spending your Saturday evening with me.
I have one question.
There's another question.
Fall color and glitter card.
Let's see. Where are you? Do you have fall color in glitter card stock? Let me check. I will link you to the glitter card I have available. Okay, Kim? I will check. Thank you guys for being there. And by the way, You guys know it. And I see lots of you have already given me the thumbs up, and I really, really appreciate that. If you like this class and think it was valuable, please do give me the thumbs up. It's my attaboy that says, I like what you're doing, and the more thumbs up we get, and the more people like our videos, the more likely it is that YouTube will share that with other people, and we can make new crafty friends and continue to expand our groups. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. We will see you on Thursday for tag making class. Join us even if you're not going to make tags, because I like talking with you. I like your ideas. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.